No, you're not seeing double. It's double the trouble. Watch your favorite twins every Wednesday at 12 p.m. for Twins in the Kitchen, hosted by Elizabeth and Claudia. We've got a new treat baking for you every week. Hang out with the twins live on the Baker's Bodega Express Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube pages. See you there.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Season 4, Episode 21 of Bakers in the Kitchen Drinking Coffee. We are coming at you live from the FL studio here in Santa Fe Springs. I am your host, Phil, and my co-host,
Manny.
And from Boston,
Chef Joe Gatto.
Hey, Chef, I like the pop-up. That was good. That was.
I get very excited.
Isn't that the most awkward thing to have to say your name when they just throw it to you? We've been doing this
No,
for
I
4
love
seasons, and I
saying my
thought,
name.
please don't do this to me anymore.
Did you hear
Look,
him?
I can say it
He
tons
loves
of
it.
different ways, too.
He loves his name.
Like-
No, that's what I do.
Yeah, I mean, I could say, like, sadly, I could be like Chef Joe Gatto. Or I could be, like, really angry, be like, Chef Joe Gatto, you know? Like, I love saying my name. And writing it.
That's important.
And writing it.
That's important.
That's very nice.
My kids do, too.
People's most important thing, right? Their name.
Yeah, but you don't like
what
yours
they
for
say.
some reason.
No, I change it. And then it's Manny, Emmanuel, Emmanuel, Manny, Manolo. I just go through all of them. It's like a
And
Rolodex of my names. And it's like,
is it a personality conflict within? Is it something that requires you
I think
to,
it's the Gemini. It's sometimes it's one, sometimes it's the other. Sometimes I come in angry, sometimes happy, sometimes. A little. I don't know. Sometimes.
We see them all in this in one episode. We see all those Mannings.
Yeah.
For those of
the
you that have been
kitchen
following
part.
us since,
That's crazy.
For those of you that have been following us from day one, hi, Mom. Manny's birthday was Monday.
It sure was.
And we just wanted to say happy birthday to Manny.
Thanks, buddy.
You know?
I appreciate it.
Big time happy birthday, baby. 23 looks good on you.
You know what's funny is the case of Just for Men that we sent him is working out really well because the white that he had a couple episodes ago seems to be gone this week. So
It looks
Never,
very
man.
sexy.
I'm going Santa Claus like you.
It's good.
wow.
It's good.
And today has been a rough day from the start, literally since about 4 a.m. this morning. Obviously, I'm not shaved. My notes aren't prepared. I'm looking at my phone. I'm a mess. Our lovely guest to my left is looking at me like I'm insane.
Yeah, you just threw your phone on the desk. You scared her. She doesn't know what's going to happen.
Wow. But I will say, I did walk in because I was running late.
Yeah.
And that was just very, very rare for me. But the pastries are gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
The colors are spectacular, so I'm really, really looking forward to it. Manny, because I'm going to throw it off track.
Yeah,
sponsors.
it's the perfect pastries for what sadly is our final show as Bakers in the Kitchen Drinking Coffee.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, sponsors for this show. Baker's Bodega Express, 50 Express Products, Bakery Trade. And if anybody's, well, we can't even do that part anymore because we'll skip right through that. We want to let you know that our awesome sponsor, Apple's Coffees, has officially launched their Amazon store. It's an amazing store that's super easy to navigate and has everything you're looking for, from ground coffee to whole bean, and packaged in everything from 2.5 ounce portion packs to 2-pound bags. Be sure to check out Apple's Amazon store. I just found out today that they still don't have the City Lights 2, which we always drink here, on that Amazon store yet, but you can purchase it at bakersbodegaexpress.com. You can use City Lights 1 promo code to get 10% off your order.
Nice.
How about that?
All right.
All right.
I am pleased to return guest
Yes.
introduce Deanna Duktuk. I got it right?
Yes.
Nice. And I was going through the bio again because last time I don't know why we didn't have all of these, but your family business is Los Angelitos Bakery.
Correct.
Okay. And you are third generation
Yes, it started with my grandfather and my father back in 1992, and now it's myself and my brothers and my other sister. So it's our siblings. It's basically still family run. We say my dad's a silent partner still. He's involved.
Dad's doing the mob stuff. I was like, just send the check. Just a little taste. Send it upstairs so that way Dad doesn't have to work anymore.
We do all the footwork, and I'm like, okay, just sign this. Just pay this.
Those are the best type of partners. They just sign checks away.
So again, I mean, I have your bio in front of me, but everybody would rather hear from you than me. So tell us your story. Tell us. I know I like how you talked about where you came from and how the family came from another country and everything. Some of the background on it.
So like I said, my grandfather and my father opened up Los Angelitos Bakery in 1992, but they actually are both Cuban refugees. They came from Cuba back in 1971. And my dad met my mom. She's a daughter of Mexican immigrants. When they met, they were living in Huntington Park, the city of Huntington Park. And at the time, it was just me and my older brother. We're 11 months apart, Irish twins. I don't know what they were thinking, but we were there. So it was really hard for them to make ends meet. They just had paid for a wedding. They had a mortgage. They had 2 newborns, basically babies. And my mom always tells the story about Christmas where she was just crying. She had no money. They had nothing to pay for Christmas gifts for ourselves, for them, for the family. And my dad said, you know what, I have to do something. And that's when he asked my grandfather, he said, hey, do you want to partner up? We can open up a business. My grandfather actually owned a lot of businesses in Cuba. So when they fled Cuba, of course, he had to leave everything behind. So he had that work ethic. He knew what he needed to do. And unfortunately, they weren't given the same tools that we have today. Sure. But they did it. Yeah. They did it without the YouTube and the Google and the smartphones. They were able to, set up their own business and build from there and provide something for us, the future generations to continue.
Do you know what type
Why did they choose?
Go ahead.
I was just curious why they chose to open a bakery. Was that something that ran in the family where there were a lot of traditional recipes and things like that?
So actually, no, both of them are not bakers.
Wow.
Opening up a can of worms.
Yeah. So actually, my uncle Carlos, my dad's younger brother, he was partnering up with somebody else, and they actually owned another bakery at the time. And my dad would help out here and there for just some extra money. My dad actually is a full-time employee. That scared me. Full-time employee for the LA County, as well as my mom. That's actually where they met. Either way, that's where he would work a couple of extra hours to make some money. And seeing that his brother was able to do it, they told him, it's pretty easy. He learned the basics working there. And so when he came to my grandfather about it, luckily they found a baker. We've been open 31 years. Our baker that we have now has been with us almost 20 years. Wow. Our first cashier was with us. She unfortunately passed away a couple years ago, but she was with us 24 or 25 years. And so I think the longest standing person that's there is about 26 years with us.
Wow.
Yeah. So
is the focus of the bakery like traditional Cuban pastries and things like that, or has it delved into more of the modern pastry as well?
So we're well known for our pan dulce, Mexican pastries. So our community, the city of Huntington Park, we are Latino-based, 90%. I think the city is made up of Latinos. Majority of our Mexicans. So we do a lot of the pan dulce, like your conchas, bolillos, orejas, polvorones, marinitos. The list continues. I mean, we have over 40 different types of pan dulces. And on top of that, we do our pastries, cakes.
Now, Manny, I want
Phil
you to
grew
know,
up in Huntington Park.
my brown card is validated because I knew everything she just said. Because
really?
at one point, wow, that was ugly. At one point, and I couldn't find the stat. I was looking for it. Huntington Park had the highest number of Hispanic bakeries per capita in the country.
Right.
And on Pacific Boulevard alone, I remember being a kid and my parents would frequent 2 or 3 of them that were on there.
Yeah.
But you literally could not go a single block without having a bakery.
Right.
I don't know if it's still the same way, but when I arrived to LA in 2009 and we opened up Baker's Bodega, it's the one in Pico Rivera, I was running up and down those streets in Huntington Park, and they were everywhere. I mean, it was Rositas, and then you had, you guys were there, and then, on Pacific, like you said, I think there was like 5. I used to love that sales ground because it was just get off the car.
Well, and to your point, so it started on Pacific.
And then but you've got Slauson, you've got Gage,
Randolph.
Randolph.
Right. And as the years progressed, they started to branch out. So it was so funny to see. And everybody used to say, it's never going to make it. It's never going to make it. Never going to. But it was funny because people had their particular spot,
Yeah.
and they would not deviate.
Yeah.
You know, Chef, and I know that when you go to Mexico often, is there a particular bakery you go to when you visit down there?
I mean, there's always ones downtown in Tulum that we just mess around with. So they're always, whatever's out front, we're always munching on because they're always delicious. I mean, Tulum just has these little, they're always little tiny shops and they always have the most delicious handcrafted pastries. And sometimes I don't even know the name of them. And just hearing you guys rattle them off, now I'm hungry again. I mean, it just sounds amazing. The way you guys roll that off your tongue, it's like, now I really want to dig in. So what's the biggest seller for you guys? What kind of pastry is it and how is it made just in basic form?
So our biggest seller is going to be our conchas. We're really well known for our conchas. It became something that really skyrocketed when we came out with our Kobe conchas initially. So that's going to be the purple and yellow paste that goes on top. It's a sugar paste, as you'll see later on. It's a sugar paste that my baker will put together. They add food coloring to give it that customized look. But the dough, you have your regular bread dough that has like a sweet taste to it as well, like pan dulce, sweet
It's a
bread.
sweet dough.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's a sweet dough.
so it's a yeast-based dough?
Yes.
Yes.
You know what's funny? I got a question for Manny and
Yeah.
for Chef. So, do you have any idea when pan dulce became so prevalent in Mexico?
I don't.
I don't, but I bet you
don't
Phil
know.
does.
Oh, okay. So what's funny is I thought it had been thousands of years like it is in most cultures, but it didn't start until about the 1800s.
Is it with
Okay.
the
Oh,
French?
wow.
With the French?
Well, with the Spanish, the Spanish
Spanish.
colonists. Now, what's so funny is I don't know if anybody's caught it, but CNN runs a show searching Mexico before they did Searching Italy with Stanley Tucci, and I joke my cousin Eva Longoria just because of the same last name. But as she's been going through how so many of the recipes and the things that we grew up with in Mexico all came from the colonists in Spain.
Spain.
I didn't know that the white cows that we get all the milk and the cheese from came from Spain. The goats came from Spain. And a lot of the original recipes came from Spain. So, it was one of those things. So then we talk about conchas. So here's another question for both of you. Growing up from Texas, my family called them molletes.
No, that's not how I know molletes.
Yeah, you see, and that's funny because I finally saw a sign. What do you call a mollete?
I wouldn't know how to start with that.
The molletes are the bread that they put the butter and the sugar on top, or it's a white bread, or it's the molletes you eat them with. It's like a French bread that you eat with beans.
So
I call those lenguas.
Oh, well.
Lenguas,
The-
okay. See?
Lenguas.
Lenguas.
and
Tongues.
on Pacific, there was one bakery. I think it was Lucy's, the big one that used to be right in the middle between Randolph and Slauson. They would sell molletes. They were the only ones.
And they were conchas.
And they were conchas.
Oh, I
but
see.
I didn't know what
That's
a
what they
concha
named them.
was until I got to my 20s.
Got it.
Because my family had always called them molletes.
And so concha
Yeah,
is a
it's definitely
seashell.
regional. That's how regional food works. That's why I love when I have this discussion a lot of how can you really pin something down as being authentic, because there's such a mix of cultures everywhere through, and everyone knows it in a different way, right? Because in Mexico, when the tortilla came over, it was flour based, but they have corn, so that becomes corn, right? And when they didn't have, then it moves to Texas. Texas doesn't have pigs and pork, so all of a sudden that becomes beef. Like everything's just changes, and it by different names because it's just coming from your heritage.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing. It's just a town over. Someone called it something different, and that's what it is. But it's the same. I love that kind of history of food. It just fascinates me.
It is amazing to me. So I was curious. So you have 40 different varieties.
More.
That's
And that gets baked off every day?
Every day,
All
fresh.
all over 40 varieties.
Yes.
Wow, that
Now,
is amazing.
what
And
I'm
how many
curious
people
about-
does it take to do that?
So
that's crazy.
yeah, currently we have 5 bakers.
5 bakers.
5 bakers, yes. So Alejandro, who you'll meet later on, he's actually one of our newest bakers that have joined the family and the team at Los Angelitos Bakery. But yeah, so it takes about 5. We probably have on staff 4 every day, just to make sure we can meet what we need, not only for the showcase and what we sell on a daily basis, but also the orders. And then the cake breads, everything that they prepare, flan, cheesecake. I mean, they do it all.
Deanna, I have a question. So my father had a bakery. Never learned how to make the bread.
Mine too.
Okay, but
Same story.
Right. But what was
Never
so
learned how to bake the bread.
Neither of you know how to bake bread?
No.
I can bake bread, but I couldn't run the bakery. Where I'm going with this, the guys in the back were amazing because they would come in the morning, they would start their mixes. And I know it was repetition.
3:30,
a
4
little
in the
bit.
morning.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And part of it was repetition. I get it. But even with repetition, you know, bread can be fickle. There's humidity in the air. You know, Texas
Manny.
has, you know. So my question to you is, the bakers, when they would pull out the dough, they would just go pinch it or slap it and knew when it was ready for the next steps. Is that how your bakers still are?
Oh yeah, definitely. I tell my bakers they have magic hands. I'm like, I don't understand how you guys know. I'm like, are you sure it's ready? I don't. Like, most I know is, okay, is it raised enough so we can put it in the oven? That's it. I'm like, cool.
I get it. They call Phil magic hands too, but he doesn't have time for that.
I thought they called them gorilla hands.
My magic hands do this. They just, you know, they pick up the cooked item and shove it right in.
They shove it in. His hands shove it in.
That's the magic. It goes from here to disappear.
Right? They make everything disappear.
Right.
I get it.
You know, so, you know, the other thing that was so funny is, do they still do the paste with sugar? I'm not the paste. Forgive me. The fillings on some of them were sugar and lard.
You're talking about the paste.
Okay, so the first time I ever saw that when I was a kid, I was like, what the hell are they doing with that lard?
Yeah.
And it's so funny that people don't realize that it's, you know, buckets and buckets of Rex lard with sugar that becomes the paste.
Right.
You know?
But I don't
That's
think you
awesome.
guys are
That's
using
traditional.
No.
That's traditional. That's
Yeah.
the way. I mean, that's the way it should be done. I cook with lard all the time. I mean, I render fat all the time here to cook with it because it is better and it's great in sweets and savory. Lard. I think lard just got a bad rap because they called it lard. Had they called it something like white lightning, you know, everybody would use it. But lard just sounds so bad because lard in sweets is awesome, and in breads, it's such a great fat to use.
Yeah, and today you'll see us actually using vegetable shortening.
vegetable
So
shortening.
we trade that in for the vegetable shortening. We still use, it's all sugar and flour. It's a lot of sugar though. I was doing the inventory last week and I was like, how many bags of sugar do we use? How many? It goes by really quick,
So
quick.
let's talk about sugar for a second, because what's so interesting about that is even the bakers, every one of them has their preference of sugar.
Sure.
You know, and there's probably 8 primary varieties, but it's funny to see how some chefs will literally walk away from it. Because I remember my dad one time had a temporary one, and the guy came, he's like, I don't work with that sugar. And we're like, yeah, but it's sugar. So the other guy's, not me. That's just garbage. I'm like, okay. And we had to go buy him a different sugar so he would cook for the week that the other guy was off.
Yeah, the ones that I know that they go through are either the beet sugar or the cane sugar. Here, that some of them won't use beet sugar, and they just want cane sugar. Do you find is that?
We
Whatever
only
you can
use
get.
the regular sugar, the granulated one, and then we have powder sugar.
But
Those are
do
pretty much
you
the
know
only
if you
two.
use the CNH or if you use the white satin?
We use CNH. Actually, we use both.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it,
So-
CNH and white satin. Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You
No.
interchange them. Okay, so the white satin is a beet sugar and the CNH is a cane sugar. But some
Oh,
bakeries
look
or
at
some
me.
bakers.
I'm a sugar nerd. No, you use the CHBF7. I love that.
You know
It's
what's funny is-
crazy. The way my
Listen to you.
cookies come out,
Listen to
not
you.
like when I use that LL7 crap.
Listen to you from scratch guy.
I was waiting for chef to say,
Yeah.
watch, this is what I do.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
sit here and I grind
I
it out.
squeeze the cane
I-
juice
I go
and
down
I
and I get the
evaporate
cane
it
myself.
and I make my
Okay?
own sugar.
I slice it with the machete and I grind. I get it at my house. I squeeze it out. I dehydrate it.
He uses his teeth
uses
to
his
grind
teeth.
it.
That's right. Right. That's right. I use my teeth.
Big
Then
old chompers.
He gets his coffee cup, dude. He drains it in there, then he boils it off right there. You know, chef doesn't mess around. He gets down with that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I digress.
So we digress.
So now you talked about bolillos.
Have we talked about
No,
it?
she mentioned them. I'm sorry,
Oh.
it's one of the primary items. There are, I've heard them, and I'm drawing a blank now. There's 3 other names for them.
Birote.
Birote,
And sometimes they
thank
call it telera. But telera
Oh,
is
but
the,
that is the
different.
flat round
Yes,
one,
yes,
right?
yes. That's for the tortas.
So what's the difference between a birote and a bolillo?
They're the same, just different names.
it's the difference between a mollete and a concha.
Okay, all right. There you go. Chef, did you catch that?
Oh yeah, I got it all. I'm just waiting for you guys to answer because I know. So I don't want to embarrass everybody.
You sure?
I love that.
So how many of your most popular item, let's say in a day, do you go through?
Ooh. Conchas, I mean, I feel like you can't even put a number on it. We're talking about each tray of like the little conchitas, 30 on each tray. In the morning alone, you're probably going through like 30 trays of those. And then we're bringing them out and making more during the afternoon. So it's not just in the morning we bake them and then that's it. No, we actually cook so that way they're fresh throughout the entire day. And right now we actually have our Pride conchas, which are pretty much selling off the shelf, which are going to be the rainbow ones you guys will see later.
I think we have a
picture.
I think we have a picture of them or a small bit.
There you go. Okay, so I have an economics question.
Like the time code at the bottom.
It's a money shot.
I have an inflation question, right? Because when I was a kid, right, which I realized.
Yes,
was all
if
the
you
white
eat
hair,
them, you will be inflated.
I would. I am inflated because I ate so many. My question was, back in the day, they were anywhere from 6 to 8 for $1, right? And I watched it digress. I know. Look at this. She's looking at me like, what? What?
Like,
you know, when pastry. So then, when it got to 4 for $1, okay, in the mid '90s, I remember, people were like, it was 5 and it went to 4.
Yeah.
I'm just curious, what is the current cost now? Because I watched it go 4, 3, 2.
And just to clarify, are you talking about the regular size or the mini ones?
No. Back then there were no minis.
Okay.
Yeah,
These were
back then,
regular.
yeah.
Well, let's put it this way. The mini ones are now 3 for $1.25 if you buy it in store, but they're pretty much, you're looking at 40 cents each, 50 cents each. We still have a low cost on our
that's great.
conchas, and that even comes with the custom colors.
But what is the big ones
The
cost?
big one, you're starting at 60 cents.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah,
that's
so
reasonable
it's
for
still-
today. Okay, because I was at a bakery not too long ago. They were $1.25 each,
Ooh.
and I was I was
Phil, prices have changed
Depends on
since
the
the
size,
car
yeah.
was invented, just to let you know.
I'm only asking, Chef, like I said, because I can remember 6 for $1. The same thing on bolillos.
The bolillo too.
The
How much is
bolillo
the
used to-
bolillo now?
Those are 3 for $1.25 as well. Yeah.
for
And that,
$1.25.
I mean, I'm telling you, it used to be 4 for $1. And when we raised the price a couple years ago, mind you, we had 4 for $1 for almost a decade. And when we raised it and changed it from 3 to $1.25, we got complaints left and right. And I'm like,
really?
you
Did all
guys,
hell break
it's one
loose?
less than 25 cents more. Please help us.
Well,
Like,
because
we're
again,
trying to.
Like I said, I remember. So bolillos went from 6 for $1.
funny.
Yeah.
Because and it was the funniest thing that you'd go to the bakery and you would tell the person behind
$3
the counter,
worth.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And they'd give you this big bag of
Brown
bread.
bag, yeah.
Now the bakery that we frequent, $3 should be like, yeah, pick any piece of bread you want. It's like, what the hell?
And how about the specialty breads? Like sometimes I know the cream corns are more expensive. Or
Those, I mean, you're looking, the most expensive things that you're looking at are going to be the croissants or the filled croissants. Like our ham and cheese croissant, I think those are about $3.50. Nothing more than that.
do your bakers still make the croissants, laminate the dough, and all that?
No, so they actually buy those sheets.
Oh,
So
they
they
buy
buy
the
the
sheets,
pastry
the croissant
sheets,
sheets,
yeah,
mhm.
and then he, one of the bakers basically prepares it and he adds the ham, he adds the cheese, and then that's pretty much how they roll it and bake it in house.
And those are going to be the most expensive.
Yeah, those are the
$2,
most.
$2.25.
Those are $3.50.
Oh, $3.50.
Yeah.
Nice.
But, I
But
was
they're
gonna-
pretty
Croissants
hefty.
are a lot of work.
but that's
pretty
cheap.
big.
$3.50 is actually
Yeah,
very
for a sandwich?
Yeah, yeah.
$3.50 is super cheap.
Yeah.
Croissants are a buttload of work, man.
Oh yeah, so much work.
I'm taking notes, guys. Now I'm like, I'm gonna go back and look at the prices, and I'll be like, they told me it was
I
cheap.
personally think you're undercharging. Don't listen to these people. Like you
said
should
that-
raise your prices. I know how hard you work. I know it's expensive, and it's not 1942.
I have an idea
So,
for you. I have
mean,
an idea for you. Just segment the market. If they look like Chef Joe, $7.50. If they look like Phil,
paying it.
$2.50.
I'm gonna have pictures and picture frames. I say, if you see him, times 10.
Yeah, exactly. Just have them hand you a credit card.
I'm just
I'm in.
so again.
Just do a color palette.
my mom has always been a fan of the cake with the frosting and the little sprinkles.
Oh yeah.
The sheet cake.
Yeah. Uh huh.
So there's again the particular bakery that we go to, and this was about 3 weeks ago. It was one of the last times that it rained on a Saturday morning. Had to drive 100 miles to her house because that's how far she lives. Stopped at the bakery, and I got her 8 pieces of, that. We got some conchas, we got some cuernos, a couple other things, and it was the first time that I've actually experienced true shock. So she brings it up, and I'm telling you, in all sincerity, that even 5 years ago, that would have been $10, $12. When she tells me it was $42.75
What?
for I was like, I asked her, what did I buy? And she says, aquí está. And she's telling me in Spanish. I'm like, okay. I mean, wow. Yeah. So what you guys do is a true artisanship, you
Yeah.
know, art. But wow. So let's talk about cuernos. Okay. There's another name for them.
Cuernos to me are going to be your either croissants. You can be,
Or your
or you can
Danishes?
have the Danish.
Or maybe you're talking about the elote.
No, we'll see. Okay. So the elote, but this is the curved
Oh,
one.
pan fino. It's the pan fino.
My baker knows.
Yeah.
Cinnamon bread. Cinnamon bread es elote.
Elote is cinnamon
Elote,
bread.
cinnamon
No,
bread.
not the elote.
No, yo estoy
No,
hablando-
estamos hablando de los
un
cuernitos
cuerno,
como
pero es
Ah, es danés, danés.
danés.
No, el
Danés.
danés no. El
No.
pan fino.
Ese es el cuerno que tiene el color
Oh,
adentro.
es de fino, es de cinnamon.
Oh, then that
It's
one's
a
cinnamon.
elote. That one has
It's the
the
same one.
coloring inside.
Yes, but then the curved one. That's actually
same
shaped
type
like,
of bread, just a different
Yeah.
shape.
Right, but it's a
Yeah.
bullhorn. It looks like the bullhorns.
Yes.
But again, but where I come from and the bakery I go to still calls them cuernos.
Yeah, sí son cuernos.
Okay, but so I'm just curious what flavors of cuernos, because the question that I got asked one time, red, yellow, brown,
Sure.
all the same flavor.
Yeah, we just do yellow. Well, no, you know what? Let me take that back. The brown, we do add cocoa powder.
Okay.
Like, yeah. So, but with the yellow one, it's pretty much your
Food
the most
coloring.
one that you get.
Egg
yeah.
shape.
So I thought the two of you would appreciate this. I have a nephew who goes to North Carolina University, and every 2 weeks I send him a care package of pan dulce. I go home, I vacuum seal it, and it gets all chupado, put it in the thing, and I ship it 2 days to him, right? And he kept telling me that he was in love with the strawberry. So I finally had to break it to him. I said, Mijo, I'm sorry, but there is no flavor in there. They're all the same. He keeps sending me texts that I've destroyed his world. That he doesn't know if it's a world he can live in anymore because he was convinced that they were strawberry.
Why didn't you
vanilla.
just tell him there's no Santa Claus? At the Santa Claus? Come on, man.
Break
He
your
won't
heart.
believe that. He's looking at him right here.
Right? I mean, that's right.
Okay, so real quick, we never even said how to get a hold of her, where your bakery is located, because we're coming down to the wire. Let me turn it over to you.
So Los Angelitos Bakery is located at 2881 East Florence Avenue in the city of Huntington Park. We've been located on the corner of Mountain View and Florence for, like I mentioned, 31 years. You can get a hold of us on Instagram at Los Angelitos Bakery. You can also check us out online, www.losangelitosbakery.com.
What are you going to be showing us in the kitchen?
Today we're going to be showing you our Pride Conchas, also known as our Rainbow Conchas. And luckily this month we are actually donating all the proceeds and profits to Leia Latino Equality Alliance to help with scholarship funds for the LGBTQ plus community.
Very nice.
Outstanding.
Very
Manny,
nice.
take it away.
We've now reached the
Following you down.
the interview portion. We'll be moving into the 50 Express Demo Kitchen. If you're listening on your favorite podcast streaming service, you can head over to the Baker's Bodega Express YouTube or Facebook page to watch the demo. But before we go, Phil's going to talk to us a little bit about the Apples coffee. Now, me and Diana, we're going to head to the kitchen while you do that.
Absolutely. But real quick, Manny, say goodbye from Bakers in the Kitchen, because when we come back in 1 or 2 weeks, we're going to have the same team, just slightly different look.
That's right.
That's right.
Chef
Baking
Joe-
I'm
back.
excited about that,
Chef
guys.
Joe is a permanent fixture. He's no longer the extra.
Guest host.
Guest host. He's going to be with us from here on out.
I got a job that's permanent. Thank you. Thank you.
He should have his mug by then, so that way he'll really feel like family.
We hope so.
Right. Oh, look. Oh, no coffee again.
All right, let me talk to you about City Lights today. Manny, you and Deanna head
Yeah,
over to
we're
the
outta
kitchen.
here.
And
All right, bye-bye. Bakers in the kitchen drinking coffee. It was a fun 4 seasons, 21 I don't know how many episodes.
all right.
Thought it was 42.
Today we are drinking a delicious cup of City Lights. City Lights Dew is a ground medium roast, one of Appel's most popular coffee, with hints of milk chocolate and citrus notes for a well-balanced, bright finish. A good blend for cold brew coffee, as well as for hot coffee. The product comes packaged in 2-ounce bags. You can find it on bakersbodegaexpress.com. Hope you enjoy it. All right, we're getting them set up
Really
over in the
good.
kitchen. Chef, did
You're good.
did we throw you off with any of the specialty breads in Spanish, or are you familiar with all of them?
About half of them.
Okay. What's funny is,
Yeah.
I mean, in your part of the world, they don't really use as many bolillos. It's more of the French bread because you got the Cubano sandwich over there, so you guys got the good
Well,
stuff.
yeah, and you gotta like growing up in New England. No, I didn't have access to any of that. I never even heard of that until I moved to LA and lived in LA. I hadn't experienced like Mexican bakeries or anything like that, like ever. I'd never even seen it, and I lived in Berkeley as well.
Okay. But you have Italian beef, right, where you're at?
That's more Chicago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I love Italian beef, but that's more Chicago. Like Boston's all about like pizza, clams, like it's a lot of clam rolls, lobster rolls, onion rings,
Okay.
shit like that.
Okay. Okay. Well, you know, stuff like
I'm
that.
not,
Stuff like
not the
that.
biggest fan of it. Mexican food is my calling, so
I like it. All right, Manny, you ready for us in the kitchen?
No.
here we go.
Here we go. Okay, so I'm here with Diana, and I'm here with Chef or Baker Alejandro,
Hi, Alejandro.
and they
Hi,
are
nice to
going to
meet you.
teach us how to make
Thank you.
conchas, which in English translate to seashell. And the reason for that name is because of the stamp. Is that correct?
Yes.
Second.
Yes. Okay. Good. All right.
Hi, Alejandro.
Hi, how you doing?
Chef
Good
Joe,
afternoon.
Good.
Alejandro, Phil.
Yeah.
Okay, Alejandro.
I love
Nice to meet
your.
you. I made them the conchas rombo. Okay. This is delicious.
Okay.
It's a different colors for the prime conchas. It's different colors. I made them step by step. You know. I made
Step by step. He's gonna go step by step.
Step by step.
Dinos en
I got
español,
it.
yo te lo traduzco.
Okay. Voy a hacer la pasta para las conchas.
He's gonna make the paste for the conchas first,
Yeah.
and he's got shortening in his bowl already.
Yeah.
¿Cuánto es?
3 libras y 3.
He's got 3 pounds of shortening, vegetable shortening, but se
And-
puede hacer con manteca también, manteca de cerdo.
Sí.
You can also make it with lard.
Okay, and is that powdered sugar?
También es
Powdered sugar.
Yes, powdered sugar. ¿Cuánta?
Yeah.
Okay,
And
so did
libre
he
y
whip
medio.
the lard first, or the shortening first, or because sometimes for certain recipes I whip my fat to get a little more area. I didn't know if you guys did that.
¿Estás poniendo el
¿Junto?
shortening primero?
Sí,
Milky
primero.
Way fat chef.
Yeah. Primero. The full
Primero
one.
estos dos juntos.
Yeah.
Dos juntos.
Yeah, he
okay.
puts them both together on this one, on this
Okay.
recipe.
I'm mixing right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
And
gonna
just
mix
to
it.
clarify, we do have vegetable shortening. It's about 2 pounds in there, and then he also has your powdered sugar, a pound, and then we have your regular sugar, which is another pound in there. And then
Okay,
go ahead,
so
what
2
is the
pounds of
next
sugar.
What's funny is today's going to be a little hard for us to make fun of Manny because he's got an assistant over there who's actually teaching him. So
I know
think-
I don't have to get my
Look.
hands in there.
Don't count them out, Phil. Don't count them out.
You guys all know what happens when I get in here.
Just hey, Manny, do you have your tiny spatula?
that's important. We need to make sure.
It's like a big soup spoon.
Wow. Okay. We when the new show comes back, we are throwing that one away.
No, that has to be like go up on the wall like our first dollar bill.
Okay, so he mixed it for about a minute on low, and now he's gonna scrape the bowl. Can you guys see that?
Oh yeah. We're
yeah,
watching
that
him do
looks
that.
great.
Chef, is he
Great
doing it
work,
right?
Alan.
Is you know what's funny is Manny works with a scraper the size of a teaspoon, and then he gives them this one for this bowl here that should have
Guys,
been.
I'm like
He's
5
like-
foot nothing. My hands are like,
He's like, here, use this shovel.
Exactly.
Get into this.
To our mini Hobart.
Your Instagram is gorgeous, by the way.
Thank you.
I love it. I followed you guys, and I just liking posts, getting hungry.
who runs your Instagram?
I do.
You run the Instagram?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot
So-
of work behind the scenes.
Okay, make sure you follow me back, and we'll have some fun.
I definitely will.
Oh, that looks great. So we're just looking for. Oh yeah, that looks good.
¿Qué estás buscando cuando estás mezclando ahorita?
Ya que se incorpore todo.
He's just looking for it to incorporate completely.
Ya. Un minuto más.
Right. So once it's homogeneous, then we're gonna add the flour.
Homogeneous,
to make
huh?
the dough.
All right, guy. Okay.
Can you translate that?
Yeah, that's my word of the day, Manny.
No, translate it in Spanish.
Oh no! I can't translate, no.
Yeah, I was gonna say, come on, Manny, reverse translate homogeneous. I'd like
Nope.
that one.
Can you?
Oh, that would be impressive.
Translator from the doctors?
Are you? I'm gonna have to
One
look.
here, off the
Yeah,
other, blah, 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 blah. What?
homogeneous was not one of the words that was in
Oh, it
medical
had
terms.
to be. That's definitely a medical term.
You know what? Just for that, I'm gonna look it up for you
Thank
guys.
you.
Look
And,
what up.
Homogeneous
Homogeneous.
in Spanish.
Oh, okay. I'd be curious to know that too.
Let's see.
Okay, now he's adding flour.
Yes.
All
So now
purpose?
it's flour just to make the dough, right? So there's no egg or anything in this.
No.
No. Only flour and sugar and shortening. That's it.
Flour, sugar, shortening.
I got him.
Manny,
Yes, sir.
homogeneo,
Homogeneo.
homogeneous.
Okay.
That's good to know. That comes up a lot more than you think.
He didn't mill his own flour, so
That's right. I milled it today, as a matter of fact, for my radio show.
Oh yeah, you made the what was it?
I made a homemade grilled cheese, and I
Yes.
milled my own flour, and I made my own butter, and
was Gouda
the whole
and
thing
cheddar?
on NPR.
Gouda and cheddar. Is that right? Yeah.
Chef,
Yep.
did you have time to age your cheddar during the show? I mean, because I'm sure you made it in the morning, and aged it for 4 hours.
Oh, you have to age that at least 8. Or it's just too immature. I made cheddar on my TV show.
Okay.
It was pretty fun.
Of course
it
you
was
did.
Pretty
Of
fun.
course, yes.
It takes a while, but it was. I actually milked the cows, believe it or not, to make
We know.
cheese.
Well,
Was that a shameless plug for Pluto TV from scratch?
no.
I will shameless plug my NPR show, my television show,
You are.
and my national book, as a matter of fact, as well,
Wow.
from scratch.
So the only thing missing from this story is I want Chef to tell me that he went out and he went to the 4-H store, picked up the embryo, raised the cow, grew the pasture, fed the cow, then milked said cow. Okay.
Oh God, do I miss Millie? But she was delicious.
¿Cómo vas, Alejandro?
Bien, gracias.
All right, so what's the dough
Ahí
look
va, ahí
like?
va.
Is it a wet dough?
Ya va a quedar.
Is it a wet
Can you get
dough?
that guy like a spatula, or he's got like a?
Sí, quiero otra. Sí, porque está muy chiquita.
He just finished saying it was too small, Chef.
Esa.
Okay.
Yeah, he needs something. There you go.
You gotta remember, they work in the kitchen with the larger
Yes,
mixers.
the
so
big
this-
quarts.
Yeah.
We should have probably
Right.
reduced it down just a little bit.
Yeah,
Just a little.
maybe we should have halved it.
Maybe. It's for another show.
It's good. It's
Big
good we
bad.
thought of that now.
See, I don't even have to be involved, and it's happening. I'm just here.
I told you.
I'm
I
just
told
here.
you. Just he's like a time bomb.
No, I finished. I clean when I finish. Don't worry for that.
Oh no, we're not
No,
worried.
no,
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 no.
Están hablando mal de él.
Están hablando de mí.
So that's the consistency we're looking for, right around there. It's a little wet.
Yeah, it is a little wet.
Yeah, you're right.
That's good. Probably because you're stamping it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's 2 pounds of sugar. How much flour?
You're looking at, it was 2 pounds, 3 pounds of flour. 3 pounds
Wow,
of flour,
that's
2
it.
pounds of shortening, and a pound each of, the granulated sugar and the powder.
And just to be technical, is it AP, 00? What kind of flour is it? Because it doesn't have to be a little more.
That's a little more.
CH 20,000. No,
That's
it's the one
right.
that Chef
He
made.
knows.
He shook over some special.
Oh, I know that's AP because you don't want a high protein in something like that because it will develop too much gluten and you'll have a tough cookie.
Thank you, Chef. Thank you. Thank you. That's-
You're welcome. That's right. I based my whole career off being a nerd.
Boys, well, it's a family show. We're
technical about my flour.
I like it. It's like dad with the 2 younger brothers.
Hey,
right?
but Manny, I got to tell you, AP versus 00, like when you're doing pizza. I mean,
This guy
it's,
goes on about the sugar with me, and then he starts telling us all this technical stuff about flour and gluten.
you know, somebody's got. We got to take care of everybody. That's all we're trying to do, Manny.
Stop playing peacemaker, man. Get involved.
Boys, I
Start
am
throwing
involved.
rocks.
Pick a side.
I like Switzerland too much. Okay.
Wait, is that a new huge oven in the back?
350.
No, it's always been here.
Wow, I didn't realize we had that big of an oven in back.
Well, because
before.
usually the grill is in front of it or Manny's in front of it. That's why you don't see it.
Oh,
What's going on?
Yeah,
What do we
that,
have?
now it all makes sense. I guess I never realized how big that oven was in back. We could probably put a body in that thing.
No,
If it's mine, it'll. I mean,
I was gonna say you think so, but because Manny's only 3 feet tall, it looks that way.
fine,
It would
dude.
have to be a small body.
I'm 5 feet tall. 5 foot nothing.
That's
But,
fine.
Never mind.
And you look good for 23.
Yeah, times 2.
How's the dough going?
¿Cómo se va?
¿Cómo va? ¿Ya está la pasta?
Yes,
It's a paste, actually, Chef. Not well. I guess it is a dough. We'll
Oh,
go
it's
with that.
paste. They're good.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
We call it paste. Yeah. You know.
it's still a dough, right?
Sure.
Oh, he's getting
I
the
see.
boat.
Sí.
Oh, he's
¿Ayudar a
¿Sí?
getting ready to go. You can
¿Tú haces unos
tell.
guantes?
¿Ocupo guantes?
Sí, por favor.
Oh,
Oh,
Manny.
he wants you to jump in, or did he ask for your watch? I didn't hear what happened.
I asked if I could help color the dough.
Yeah, there we go.
Here's where the fun begins.
Now everything will become a disaster.
Now it's a party. Manny's
This
involved.
is what I was waiting for. You asked for it, Deanna. Get rid. I would back up a little.
So we need a disclaimer. We need a disclaimer that what you're about to see produced by Manny is not indicative of the excellent, beautiful, and quality results you will find at Los Angelitos.
That's right.
It's not their fault.
That is a great disclaimer.
That was solid.
Thank you for saving me from any kind of lawsuits.
I'm not worried about you so much as I am Deanna's reputation because, I mean,
We are all terrified for our brands.
I'm just saying, social media these days, you get the wrong thing out there.
What color should
That's
I do?
right. It can go viral.
And then what's worse
Red
is he's making LA bread in a San Diego hat.
Cuanta? Yeah, look at that. Woo!
That's all bad.
Dodger Blue never looked so good. I'm gonna
All
get
right.
hurt.
So are these organic food colors we're using here? Where do we get these food colors?
These are from 50 Express.
Oh,
Yeah. They
They're
get
one
them
of our
manufactured.
sponsors, aren't they?
They're definitely not organic.
okay.
Nope, not organic. But they're excellent for buttercream, royal icing, fondant, whipped topping, gum paste, cake batters, and dough.
Oh, right.
Cuánto?
All right.
Dele.
Look at poor Deanna. She's already exasperated. She's like, oh my goodness.
Ahí está bien.
Like,
Está bien.
she's like, I made a real mistake coming on here.
This is your second time.
Yeah, I know. She came back willingly.
I came back, yes. So they did
They
something
must.
right.
What do they have? Some kind of incriminating photos or something? What's going on? You can tell me. I'm the guy that's going to save everybody.
We're holding her
Thank
hostage.
you. Thank you for saving.
Oh, that's looking good. Is it hard to work in the gloves and do that?
It is.
Yes, extremely. Because it gets baked. Is it okay if we just work with our hands or no?
Yeah, se puede, pero es
Es más
más
saludable.
saludable, más limpio. Como es para la tele, pues hay que higiene, pues. Es más higiene.
What's he saying?
Yeah, Alex says it's more hygienic to work with the gloves because it's for TV.
Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna want a little bit more
Right.
color.
I see.
Manny,
Yes, sir.
I say lose the gloves, brother, because you're choking over there.
You're mean.
I think we're. I mean,
Que quede
yeah.
bien
It's
rojo como ese que está ahí.
it's kind of
Yeah,
happening.
It's what? I'm
Is
sorry.
is Alejandro still there?
Yeah, he's here.
Eso por eso.
Oh, okay. All I see is a floating glove occasionally.
He's working the machine.
Coming
He's
in.
working the machine.
Yeah, I don't say here.
Oh, I see. Because he had to use the smallest mixer known to man.
I got it. I wait. Let me try.
You okay, Alejandro? If you need a virtual hug, I'm here for you, my friend.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Just letting you know. I understand. I work with these guys all the time. So.
All right. Thank you for helping.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Donata.
Wow, we're gaining quite the reputation, Manny.
Is that right?
I'm just saying. I mean, it appears so.
I mean,
Yeah.
Looks good. I love your color, Manny. That's lovely. Goes
Thank
with
you.
your eyes.
Does it though?
Poquito más.
Does it?
Let me see. Hold it up. Yeah. It's beautiful. Uh-oh. Is that Alejandro squirting something in there?
he did squirt some in here.
Yeah,
Right
he
for
was like,
dough.
you're not doing it right, man.
It wasn't dark enough or red
Yeah,
enough.
he's like, you are screwing the pooch right now.
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
see.
He said, get it
Empezó con
together.
uno de-
Make it red.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, what are you doing, man? Pink's not your color.
He says, "Quit."
This looks good. So we're gonna make 3 colors, and then I'm curious how you're gonna smash them together.
Actually, these are 4 colors, chef.
We're gonna do 4 colors.
Yes, sir.
Six
That's
colors.
fine.
6 colors.
6 colors.
6 colors.
6 colors.
Yeah, we're working fast.
6 colors. Is this a 2-parter?
Let me
Maybe
see.
next time we should have 4 of the colors made. I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there.
I see blue, green, yellow.
We'll have that ready for
orange,
baking bag.
red.
Coast to coast.
What am I missing? Blue, green, yellow, orange, red. What's the 6th color?
Purple.
Yellow.
Purple.
Purple.
Oh, where's purple? I don't see
The
purple.
last one.
The last one by
Hold on.
Manny.
Alejandro.
Last one.
Oh, yeah, now I
Yeah.
see it.
Listo?
Yeah,
Now I
listo.
see it.
Okay.
Thank you, Alan.
Yeah. This the last color is purple. Yeah.
Purple. I like
ready
it.
for the
I
red?
like it.
Purple. All right.
Red's done.
Sorry, my English is bad, so it's purple. Yeah.
That looked like Cousin Nick just joined us. You want to say hi to
Yo
him?
les ayudo.
This looks good. Yeah, that looks great.
And then you can work on the
There's two colors.
blue.
Alan, can you get a shot in front of the cookies that are made so I can see them up close? I just want to see what the texture's like. Like straight on.
Chef, do you guys have a lot of these kind of breads available in Boston?
No, this isn't a big thing here. You know, I didn't really experience this kind. Wow, that's gorgeous. When I moved to LA in 2010, that is beautiful. You can tell that's really nice. I love that.
Who took the bite?
I want to eat that. When I moved to LA in 2010, and we moved into Culver City, there was a Mexican bakery across from our house, and I had never really experienced anything like that. Honestly, it changed my life because growing up in New England, all the food is so influenced by England and Britain. But when I moved to LA, everything's influenced by Asia and Mexico, and that is my flavor profile that I love. It's my favorite to cook, it's my favorite to eat. And this little bakery started introducing me to things like this, and it just blew my mind. They're so delicious, they were so different, and the textures are just way different than anything I grew up with.
So what's so special about the conchas also, which makes me laugh, is you saw the amount of sugar they put in the paste, which makes it delicious. But I had an aunt, her favorite one was the concha that had the little squares on top, and then it had the turbinado sugar on top of that.
Oh, tortugas.
Oh, tortuga. Okay, it's the turtle. But that used to crack me up that it was sugar on top of sugar on top of sugar. And
Yeah,
you know.
because they figured, well, we only have 2 pounds of sugar in this, we should probably add a little more.
Was it cane or beet?
Turbinado.
Oh, turbinado.
Wow, so
White
wow,
side.
there is a lot of work in these.
There absolutely is.
And they go through about 900 of them in how just in the morning?
Just in the morning. I mean, when we're talking about just the pride conchas alone, we have to make at least about 100 to 200 a day. That's just for the walk-in daily.
Now
type
you don't
of
mean
sale.
pieces. You mean total sheets.
No, I'm talking about pieces, and then that's on top of the orders that we already have.
Oh wow. Okay.
So wait, how many are you making of those a day?
Like for example, we have an order of 200. So you're looking at maybe tomorrow we're going to make about 500 of these tomorrow.
500. Phil, what time are you picking those up?
I was hoping to get there by 4 a.m.
All right. Wow, they got to get on their game.
You're making them work throughout the night.
Are we going to use this for part of the order?
Of course.
We'll use it for Phil's order.
Wait, so 500 of those, and these bake, right? These aren't fried or anything. These are baked.
Yes, these are all baked. Yeah, and since
So,
these are bigger,
are
we
we
have
ta-
about 15 on each tray.
And you're baking what, like 350, something like that, for what, 20 minutes, 10 minutes,
150 en el
15?
horno? ¿Para cuántos minutos?
15 minutos.
About 15 minutes.
50 minutes, 350?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's so. And how many do you get per sheet?
15 with these, since these are the larger ones. But
Wow,
for example,
those guys
like,
must be cranking.
yeah, this weekend, I mean, especially on the weekends, we're a lot busier. So we have the Cella Pride Festival on Saturday, and that's going to be, a large order just to be selling as a vendor.
Right.
What would you say? So I know Saturdays and Sundays are typically bigger than the weekdays.
Yes.
Is it double? Is it double the amount or triple the amount?
We're looking at probably double to triple. We get a lot of requests, especially if they see our video on TikTok or Instagram. Actually, the mayor of the city of Huntington Park posted a TikTok that he took, and I remember he said, "I don't know how to edit. I don't know how it's gonna come out." It went viral. And just looking at all the comments, everybody's like, "Oh my, I want to go and support. I'm coming this weekend. I'm gonna head out on Saturday.
wow.
I'm gonna be there on Sunday." So we really had to prepare for that big crowd that came. And
Wow.
what we do is actually just even have the bakers like a fake note where it's like 200 in the morning so that they're ready at 5 a.m. Yeah, and our bakers get there at
That's
2 a.m.
2 a.m.
Leave it to
Yeah.
LA where the mayor is on TikTok.
I'm
right?
The mayor of the city of Huntington Park, Eddie. Shout out to Eddie. He's actually one of the directors of Leia that we donate to.
There you
the
go.
Organization.
Shout out to Eddie. Haven't watched the show. Tell him we'll give him a shout out.
Yeah, I definitely will. If he's not already watching out, they're
that's
very
cool.
supportive.
Manny,
Yes, sir.
Scott's Cake Art says you're not liable for your actions.
I'm sorry, what?
Apparently, Scott's trying to defend you.
Oh, perfect.
You know, I don't know why he would take your side, but he wants to make sure that you're okay.
I bought him a hat. I bribed him.
What? Scott said what? He's not live? Tell Scott to stay out of it.
Hey, but did you catch that, Chef? Scott got a hat from him. Did you get your coffee or your cup or your hat yet, Chef?
Do the math, guys. Do the math.
This is just becoming a sore spot.
I like Scott.
All right, so those
All right.
colors look beautiful.
And then you can put the blue right. Okay.
I feel like Manny has really found his calling,
I agree.
right?
Yeah,
Should just be an assistant.
Get me more guests that know what they're doing, and I'll just be an assistant. It's perfect.
You're very good at it.
Manny, we love what you're doing, brother.
Thanks, buddy. I told you. You keep talking over there. I'm gonna make you do this.
No.
No.
I'm happy. I'm happy where you're at.
What I
You're
want is I want that coffee, but I want can you send about 12 of those cookies to me as well
Yes.
with the coffee? Because I know my kids would destroy those.
You know what's funny, Chef, is to get them to you in time, I'd have to vacuum seal them. You should see what happens to Concha when they go in the vacuum sealer.
Oh, it
because-
must just be dust, right?
Well, no, what it does is it actually compresses the paste on top,
Want this now?
and it sucks all the air out of it. And my nephew says when he sends me pictures and videos that he dunks it in his coffee because he says it's even richer because all the flavor is just compressed.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, he loves it. He loves it.
I like using vacuum sealers. When I was the private chef for one of the Red Sox players for quite a while, and he had to go to Florida to do some rehab, and he wouldn't let anyone else cook for him, so I had to par freeze his meals and vacuum seal them and send them to Florida from Boston twice a week overnight with packed and dry ice.
And what, he would sous vide it over there?
Yeah, he'd get there, and I'd have little directions on how to finish it or defrost it, or. But they had
Alejandro's ready for the magic.
the Red Sox. They
Uh-oh, here we
had tons
go.
of money.
He's ready for the magic.
All right, let's do it.
Remember, Manny colored this one.
Right away.
I know what that
Good job.
means.
Does she want to help?
I know what that's code for.
I think she's perfect.
Let's see. She
Busting chops. First day on the job.
She's trying to prep and let us know that if the color is
Yeah.
wrong, it was done
She's
by
just.
Manny.
I love it. It's very subtly knowing that this looks horrible, but we didn't do it.
No, I'm just giving credit where it's due.
Oh, that's nice. See, I took it the other way. 'Cause like these guys, I'm so used to getting bombarded with jokes.
What?
Not you, the other one.
Wait, am I the other one now? Yes. I finally have made it. I'm the other one. I'm no longer Chef Joe. Now I'm the other one.
Wow.
I'm
That
truly a
guy,
brother.
that one on top.
Hey, Chef, but I'm not sure what the other one is because what's that implying that I am? So
I don't either. I don't either. It's all very confusing. But I know. I can see someone knows what they're doing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Alejandro knows what he's doing.
yeah, he's killing it. Look at that. He's 2 colors
Alejandro's
in.
just absolutely killing it, and he's like, I don't know what these monkeys are chattering about, but I'm gonna make a goddamn good cookie right now. I'll tell you that.
He's a machine.
So they're actually not cookies, Chef.
Oh, sorry.
They're
Pastry.
conchas. They're gonna
Plain
come for
conchas.
you. They're gonna come. Yeah, they're conchas.
Plain
They're
conchas.
conchas. So the pan dulce conchas.
Yeah.
The seashells.
The
But wouldn't
seashell.
you consider it a cookie as well?
No.
Because
I
it's the
wouldn't.
same as a cookie dough.
No, it's a
It's a
bread.
bread.
It's more
It's
of
a
a
bread.
bread.
It's a sweet
Like
bread.
if I just, it's a lot softer.
There you go. Break one open for him. Thank you. You see, Chef?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has a much, much better texture with
sweet
your
bread.
coffee than a cookie does.
Oh yeah.
Like a sweet
Definitely.
roll.
Look at that. Oh, yeah. That's just beautiful. On a rainy weekend morning, Chef, there's nothing better than a good concha.
No, some hot chocolate dipped.
Champurrado.
Oh, yeah.
Bravo.
Some
Which we
abuelita.
also sell.
Make some
They
abuelita
also
chocolate.
sell. You can go get your
I'm like-
champurrado.
Mesmerized by this whole thing.
Yeah. So he's
Tell us
actually.
about champurrado. What's the recipe for the champurrado?
It's a
Chocolate.
secret. I'm just kidding.
Chocolate con qué?
Con conchas, siempre. Every time chocolate.
La
Oh.
receta de champurrado que
Eh,
hacen.
leche,
No exacto, nomás los ingredientes.
leche, chocolate y masa. Es el champurrado.
Piloncillo.
No,
Yeah.
no lleva piloncillo.
Con los, para
Oh, you guys, okay.
Yeah,
Don't
we
tell the
have
secret. Don't.
Manny,
Yeah.
Scott's
Was
Cake
that some
Artist.
type of chocolate milk, like a hot chocolate or something
Yes,
like that?
yes, and they make it with oh my god, milk, chocolate, and
Flour.
Flour.
masa,
Masa.
Yeah, like yeah.
like corn,
Oh.
like corn dough, like a corn dough.
Wait,
Maicena.
chocolate, milk,
No,
and
maicena.
and
Is
masa.
maicena?
Mas-
No, it's masa. Sorry, what was that, chef?
What was it? A chocolate, milk, and masa?
Masa, yeah.
So
Wow.
there's actually a dough. There's flour in the actual
But it's not
mix.
flour. It's well, it is flour, but it's corn flour.
Right, right.
It's maíz.
Well, I know I make masa from scratch, so
Of course you do. Of course.
Do you grow your own corn? White?
I pick the corn. I
Yellow?
actually did it
Manny.
on the show. I picked the corn and then I put it through the process called nixtamalization.
Yeah.
And then I ground it.
Manny, weren't you on the show a few weeks
that
ago?
one.
We
That's how
talked
you
about
make that drink. Sorry,
right.
what was
He's got the wheel. Remember, he's got the grinding wheel,
Oh,
and
yeah,
that's how he
yeah.
does his workouts in the morning, so that he can make his masa, and
I'm like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Conan. If you've ever seen that, that might be a really weird reference for people. That worked on the big wheel and had them. He sliced people in half. That's a great movie. If
Hey,
you haven't
Chef,
seen it, everybody, Conan the Barbarian.
can you define?
1982.
Can you give us
I
the
thought you were
definition?
talking about Conan the comedian. What are you talking about?
Conan
on
O'Brien?
on Slicing? What's going on?
Hey,
Anytime you want to listen, just let me know.
Maria Diaz says she uses cornstarch for hers.
Oh, maicena.
Okay. Now, quick
Like,
question for you,
give me the
Chef.
recipe.
Can you please
Yeah.
give the definition of
Don't do
nixtamalization?
it.
Well, nixtamalization is just when you're basically putting the corn into lye,
Thank you.
right? Like a lye water. And what it's doing is it's gellifying the husk so you can grind it.
You got that, Manny?
Ahorita.
It's jellifying. That's another fantastic word I'm learning today.
Homogeneous gellifying.
Malguantes?
That was my band name in college.
Homogeneous gellifying?
Yeah, we kicked ass,
Yeah,
dude.
not
We,
actually.
we friggin' shredded.
What instrument did you play? The cheese grater?
Oh, yes, I did.
Manny, you
I
look
did.
lost over there.
I lost you guys. I'm just over here watching Chef Alejandro.
Maybe you should just
Do a
have
thing.
one.
Manny, why
do
don't you? He said he'd like you to eat one in the meantime.
How are they?
Oh, look at that. Manny's going in for the bread. Tears it
He
open.
didn't hesitate. He didn't hesitate.
Not at all. No, nobody would hesitate.
Do we have milk?
Yeah.
Leche?
Not that it needs it, but it goes well with it.
Yeah. I agree. There's nothing like it.
How
with
is
crunch
it?
in the
That's
morning.
great. That's fantastic.
What
guys
are you
put color in
what
the
are you
dough or no?
Ponen
experiencing?
color adentro del.
Is
la
it
masa.
is it fluffy?
Color
Is it
huevo.
sweet?
Color
Is it
huevo,
what?
egg shade.
Is it fluffy? Is it sweet? Is does it have a little crunch to it? Does it make you
fluff-
see God?
Chef,
It's
chef.
fluffy. It's sweet. The textures are fantastic
There you go.
because the paste is crunchy, which distinguishes it from the sweetbread, the softness of the sweetbread. And I could taste the colors. They're great. The purple tastes like grapes. The blue tastes like blueberries. The green tastes like lime. Mmm.
See, chef, that was the original
good.
definition. When you said, "What is he?
So
what is he
good.
tasting?" That was
So
it.
good.
That's good. That sounds fantastic.
Manny is very
So good.
descriptive.
So
I'll
good.
take 12. Yeah. How is that taste? Great.
I just parroted what he said. Everything exactly. I copied it. It was like Memorex.
I love when things taste great.
That's awesome. Wow. The definition of great, yes, is yeah. Thank you, Manny.
That looks okay. So you're really making it.
He's making it. He's going.
Yeah, it's really got to be tight together. I see, because that reminds me like when me and the kids made bagels from scratch and we did tie dye, which is on my Instagram at Chef Joe Gatto. And we did a similar process, but then we roped it, so we twisted it.
I like
Oh, does that? Okay.
That's the color.
I like that. I didn't know it goes into sections like that.
With our larger conchas, we can do about up to 6 of coloring on top.
Nice.
For the smaller ones, we
Wait.
can only do up to 3. So we get a lot of requests for the rainbow ones with the smaller conchitas, but since we can't put all 6 colors, definitely we only have it for the larger ones.
Those aren't the same size as the ones over there, are they?
Well, it's going to be, chef, because that's what. So these are here they are proofed and they are unbaked. So what happens is when they put it on there, the impression that they make on top is very, very tight. Once it bakes, it spreads. That's how you get the final look.
Come on.
Yes, sir.
Pull
And
the
now
other
it's my
leg in
turn.
it,
I'm
please.
ready.
You can't
I'm ready.
touch this.
Here we go.
You guys are making him nervous.
You ready?
Did he leave?
Yeah. He said, "Man, he smells like something funny."
I understand. I feel that way every show, so I understand. Oh wait, what's he doing over there? I can't see.
He's rolling the dough. He's rolling the dough.
Yeah.
So, see,
This
chef,
is important. Oh, okay. All right, that's how I make rolls as well. So he's got the little. Can he two-hand it?
he's doing it. There he goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I'm all excited over here, like a little girl. I'm just so happy.
You know you're good when you're two-handed.
Yeah, when you're two-handed, that means you're now a man.
All right, let's see. He's got the
Okay.
last one going.
That is. I love the way this man works. He's like the Michael Jordan.
There you go.
Let's go, Michael Jordan. He said.
Okay, so
Thank
now
you.
he's got to
Thank you
touch
so
each
much.
one.
Thank you.
Yeah, see, okay, yep.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome so much.
Okay.
Oh, okay, so
Put a little flour on there.
this is interesting.
All right, we're going to lose the gloves to get down to business. There we go.
There he goes.
Let's get down to business. All right.
So you see, chef, it all starts out this
Been
small.
frozen for a minute.
There you go.
There we go. Okay.
Here we go. Now I'm back.
Chef,
I see.
so that's how it goes on there, and then he'll stamp it.
Wow.
That's how you get all the colors
How
on
many
there.
can they do? How fast do they do the tray? ¿Qué
¿En
tan rápido
cuánto?
hace la charola?
10 minutos.
¿10
En uno.
minutos?
En
No,
uno
pero para
como-
ponerle la pasta y ponerle
5
la
minutos.
5 minutos? A ver. He says
So
you
the
can do
dough
whole
he's
thing.
putting it
You can do the
on
whole
is
thing in
the
5 minutes, but I think you can do it faster. Come on, Alex, let's go.
Ok. No, es que tienes que acomodar los colores bien.
Oh,
Okay.
Se
No, no,
puede-
you gotta be careful with this.
Yeah.
Cuando es la pasta regular.
Sí, cuando es.
I
la
heard
pasta
the
regular.
one of the owners
Y
of
si es
Los
nomás de un
Angelitos
color,
Bakery gets
rápido.
on him about that.
Yeah,
They gotta be
I know.
perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
It's gonna perfect.
Oh, I
Yeah,
see.
see, don't get him in trouble, Manny, for God's sakes.
It's
The
just
You're
guy's
trying to make
an
it work
artist,
faster.
Just for us.
right? Like Picasso would be painting, and Manny's like, "Can you go faster?"
Michelangelo,
Is that
not
possible?
Picasso. Not Picasso, Michelangelo.
Right?
Let's go. Get that sticky going.
Yeah.
The guy is an artist.
We
Yes.
need it yesterday.
Eres un artista.
Wow.
You can't rush art. So the dough he's putting it on is the yeast-based dough, correct?
That's correct, yes.
That's like a Portuguese sweetbread dough, I'm assuming.
What's a Portuguese sweetbread dough?
That's big in New England, like a Portuguese sweetbread,
Okay.
which this is reminding me of. The color and the sheen to it, I'm pretty sure I'm spot on with that.
It could be true, we just don't know.
Well, let's just assume I'm right.
I hate assumptions, but okay. Just this one time, yes. Just for you. For the sake of the show and its credibility.
For the sake of my sanity. Hold on, let me sip my coffee.
Wow.
Is it apples?
I don't know. I'll have to go to their website, it looks like, on Amazon.
They got a great page. Very easy to work with. Very
I
easy.
heard you can link from the Baking Bad site.
Oh, yeah, you can.
Wow. And once again, we go off the rails, but yeah, we'll get right back on.
Yeah, no.
That's pretty much how it works, right?
We're
That's
all
why
here.
you're here, Phil.
Alejandro, ¿vas a dejar a Manny que hace uno?
Oh, I was just about to ask that. Put him
Oh,
on the
thank you,
spot.
Diana. I want to see Manny get down over there. Let's see those colors. Come on, Manny.
Well, he didn't really do anything there.
I think he needs to start from.
Thank
here-
you,
block.
Diana.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Back it, flip it.
Let's see
Roger
if he was
that.
paying
Oh, no, no,
attention.
no.
Here we go. Okay.
Attaboy. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Show it who's boss. Come on. It likes that.
Manny.
Come on.
Manny. Squeeze it down.
ancestors are gonna be
Get her
pissed.
done. Come on.
There you go.
I'm not sure-
Faster.
Snap it.
I'm not sure we need ninja hands
Come on,
over
smack
there.
it. Show it who's boss,
Fabian,
for God's
Fabian.
sakes.
Okay.
All right, let's see.
Oh,
Oh, that doesn't look right.
That looks like a serape on top of the bread.
there.
That looks like a little colored turtle. The bosses are not going to like that.
Nope, fired.
Yep.
I can use some work.
I didn't want to be hired. How about
I like the zoom there.
Hey, chef. Christine
Hold on
says,
one
yes,
sec, guys.
it's similar to Portuguese sweetbread. So apparently we have confirmation that chef was accurate in his description.
Yes.
His was good. Mine was bad.
I guess we lost chef for a minute. Manny,
Yeah.
somebody just confirmed that chef was accurate in his description of Portuguese
Fantastic.
sweetbread.
Congratulations, chef. You're a chef.
He went
Where'd
away.
he go? He said, I'm out of here. These guys suck. So much for Baking Bad. It's
Yeah, no
over.
kidding.
The contract's done.
I'm thinking that, he just got his Uber Eats delivery arrived. He went to go get it. Oh, there he came
Oh, I
back.
thought that was the coffee.
I want a coffee.
He wants a coffee.
He wants coffee.
Let's get him a coffee.
See? Don't ask them for coffee. You'll never get it.
Straight up. So you get a coffee? Thank you.
Let's see.
Just not for
Oh.
chef. Don't send it to him.
Is that how it works? Oh, I see. Okay. Okay, mental note. Into the Rolodex it goes.
Poor chef.
Those look beautiful.
Okay.
And so 15 minutes at 350.
15 minutos a 3:50.
Sí.
Yes, sir.
Jeez. That
Yes,
seems
chef.
like, I mean, how are you making 500 of those?
Well, we have a very large oven. It's about an 18 tray holder. So it's pretty big.
Right.
Actually, we have two ovens, I should say.
They
two.
seem so much, they seem very labor intensive.
They are.
Yeah. So 5 bakers, 2 ovens, I think.
And 3 for 125.
These are actually 225. Yeah. So
3 for 225.
no,
No,
225
each.
Yeah. These
There's
are
a mark right now.
225 each.
That
Se
makes
marca.
sense.
Oh,
We got the stamp.
oh, there, I see. Oh, just a little whack. Okay.
Yeah, he just whacked it like whack-a-mole.
There you go. That's it. They are ready to go in the oven.
That's awesome, man. That's amazing. I love those. That's fantastic.
And
Wow,
this
those
is-
look great.
And then they went in the oven and like magic.
Ta-da!
Oh, I mean, that whole process was so much fun to see.
Look at that.
Thank you
is
for sharing something like
beautiful.
that. That was amazing.
No problem. And so, like I said,
Sorry,
we got
Manny
these
couldn't do it
online.
right.
Deanna, one more time. How do they find you? How do they reach you? What are we looking at?
So Los Angelitos Bakery, you can find us on Instagram at Los Angelitos Bakery, our website, losangelitosbakery.com. We pretty much, can answer any questions on Instagram, but if you want to give us a call, 323-587-2253. And we're located in the city of Huntington Park at 2881 East Florence Avenue.
Yeah, buddy. That's good.
What, you can
Nice.
read that and take us out of here?
Deanna, can you get us out of here? Just read that right there.
Thank you all for tuning in. Remember to come visit Baker's Express. We're located at 4299 Main Avenue in Baldwin Park. We'll see you next week for another edition of Baker's.
No, we won't see you next week for
you
another
guys set me
edition.
up.
Won't.
You guys set me up.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
And I'll have
Thank you
to
so much.
say,
Thank you
see
so
you
much.
on
That's
Baking
what
Bad.
See you on Baking Bad.
See you on Baking Bad.
Yeah.
Hey, wait.
Thanks,
Bye,
guys. That was
guys.
awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.